We are back, the high altitude, mile high, 5,000 bajillion feet up in the air with the low breath atmosphere in the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos going toe to toe here in week 17. And we now know, based on win-loss records here with the Baltimore Ravens winning and the Miami Dolphins losing, that we are now locked in firmly as the number 2 seed in the AFC. So we will be getting a first-round bye, but we will not be the home team throughout the postseason. If we make it to an AFC championship game, it will be in Baltimore. So now the question is going to remain, how long do we keep our starters in? We got to maybe go into clock chewing mode here early in the second half. But ultimately, we want to try to get a win because it is, you know, it's going to be a struggle if we can't beat this Colts team. I'll just say that. It's going to be a struggle. So we feel like we got to show out. We got to get this win. But we don't want anyone to get hurt. So that's going to be the big thing. It's a 13-7 lead. Defense is playing well. Bijan Robinson, Indianapolis Colts. Of course, Bryce Young, starting quarterback for the Colts. Second and 2, Bryce Young. This has been the place. Oh, my God. And he got that one in. Derek Stingley in pursuit of Tyler Vaughns of USC. That's been the place for a number of times in the first half. Bryce Young has had some play action opportunities, and just what a nice juke getting past Jordan Battle, but Devin Bush is there. Battle comes back. Forget about it. They're toast. Empty set here. Empty in the backfield for Bryce Young. Bryce steps up, and he's got a wide open CeeDee Lamb for a touchdown. Coming out of the locker room, and Bryce Young saying, I want to force these Broncos starters to stay in this game. I'm going to keep unleashing. I am going to go into clock chewing mode, though, because I think playing less plays, although it might result in a loss, is going to be more advantageous for us to not have those injuries happen.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So we will go into the clock chew. 14-13. Colts with the lead here on the Broncos. Playoffs coming up on TB Sports this week as we stream with you guys on YouTube as well. WWE Universe mode, we're going to get through the last week of the month of December. We're going to get to the Armageddon pay-per-view. And then it'll probably be Broncos playoff football and arena football here until I head on my trip. I'm going to be heading off to Japan in early March. At the time that we are streaming this, it's going to be way past March by the time this comes out on YouTube. At the time of the streaming, we'll be going to Japan, so I will not be on to stream for about 2.5 weeks, but there'll still be plenty of content for you guys on YouTube, so don't worry about that, and on Patreon. So do not worry about any of those. You'll get plenty of content that way, and then we might have a co-host in the future as we stream. But as we say, it's kind of make it or break it time, because we'll be going to get some stuff taken care of, and my wife will be here and all that kind of stuff. So there's obviously going to be a lot of time spent in that. So if we are not able to meet our goals and have this become full time, then in the next year or so, end of 2024, 2025, probably won't be streaming as often. We'll still try to jump on when we can and get you some videos, but as far as it being a full-time thing, these are the couple of months. This is the make it or break it month. And I will mention that we're still doing our Patreon promotion, 10 new Patreon signups. If we get 10 more, then we will do a second season of ESPN NFL 2K5. It's been wildly popular, a lot of good views. You guys have been checking that out on YouTube. So let's sign up. Let's get those signups. Help support the channel and get yourself a little bit of bonus action. There's a lot of bonus content. Private Discord. There's Nick Coffey. Does he have the speed? Yes, he does. Touchdown. Give him the spike. Yes, sir. Nick Coffey bursting past Geno Stone. And how much time do we take off the clock with that? Quite a bit in clock chew mode. 2-point conversion here for the Broncos. Yes, there it is. Torrey Holt. Another spike. That's going to be the new thing, the mile-high spike. 21-14, big-time play from Tom Brady III as we head into the postseason. So, yeah, like I said, make it or break it these next couple of streams that you guys might be watching or a couple of games. I'm still going to do everything I can to jump on. But kind of what happened with my last YouTube channel when that was my college YouTube channel. Then when we got into the real world, that took up all my time and we weren't able to upload as much. Now we're on this channel. It's going to be kind of the same situation as we enter into that next stage of my life. If you guys want to continue to see full-time streaming, right now we're doing it part-time amongst a full-time job, but hopefully we'll be able to make that happen. If not, we'll still stream when we can, but it won't happen as often. It definitely, most likely, I can almost promise you, if we don't hit our goals, we're definitely not going to be able to keep streaming 5 days a week. Right now we're doing Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with Friday being a Patreon day. It's most likely going to be like a 1 to 2 days a week kind of thing, maybe even once every 2 weeks. So just putting that out there is kind of a make it or break it time here for the channel and for TV Sports. So guys that are supporting us, we do appreciate it. Patreon, TV Sports there. But hit that subscribe button on YouTube, on Twitch, if you want to see this channel survive. It lives and dies by your guys' fan support. And you guys right on the screen, biggest supporters of them all. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting the channel. But help keep this channel alive. Help keep this going. Help make this a full-time thing. Let's do it. You guys want to see us stream 7 days a week maybe. We can do it with your support. Just getting those subscribes, those thumbs up, those likes. It helps drive the numbers, so we appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. But that is, yeah, going to be coming up within the next month and a half or so. So the last, like I said, the last thing it's going to be is pretty much going to be Universe Mode, Stadium Stampede, then maybe this Broncos playoff run and Arena Football. And then we'll jump on to stream and play games when we can. But hopefully we can, you know, like I said, with your support, we can make it to that full-time level. So Jonathan Taylor, if we get one more good little touchdown drive, I think we go in and put some backups in the game here to avoid that injury situation, knowing that we're kind of where we are. Jamil Pierce. Brady, nothing happening, and takes the sack. Couldn't find anything that he liked, hung on to it, and Mark Kennedy, the Duke Blue Devil. Bryce Young shortened field, and he has made this Broncos defense pay for it so far with these shortened field. Bijan Robinson, nice run by him, about 12 yards on the ground. Shoving some guys off left and right. That one was caught by CeeDee Lamb. I wasn't no, they did say incomplete. I wasn't sure what the ruling was going to be, but they did say incomplete. Screen pass, which is never usually successful in this game, but they tried anyway. Tyler Vaughn's get. Oh, we had some words exchanged. We had some words exchanged right there. That got heated. Bryce Young. No, met by the QB spy, Devin Bush.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Another deep kick there. They have not worked out so well. Special teams. Sam Waddle has missed once before. This one actually was a lot closer, but Waddle won't make that happen. They had the fake punt as well early in this ball game that did not work out for him. Trying to get that one more touchdown on the board. But obviously Coach TV Sports feeling like the Broncos need these reps here. So we're going to head to the fourth quarter. I am going to make one change, though, because I don't now, of course, Madden is going to continue to stick him in the game, which they always do, and I don't understand. But I don't want Jonathan Taylor to be in the game anymore. So, like, I put him as far down as possible, and they'll probably still stick him in the game because he is, Jonathan Taylor, pretty prone to injuries. So Reuben Drones will come in. Of course, we got Jamil Pierce back there as well. And it will be a play-action fake. And Tom Brady the third. Nice catch by Gary Bryant Jr. And the rest of the offense could come out. Usually defensive injuries don't really happen much on Madden, I don't think. So a lot of the offensive injuries would be your main concern. Reuben Drones trying to bounce the outside there. Still staying in clock chewing mode here. Play fake to Drones. Touchdown, Broncos. I think that'll do it. All right, I'm going to pause the episode. We're going to put backups in. But a chance to see Josh Allen and what could be some of his final NFL reps. And we are back. If you guys really want to see us put the backups in, it's going to be, oh my God, it's going to be up on our, that little kicking meter is just so gosh darn fast. It's going to be up on our Patreon page, so go check out all the stuff that's edited out on YouTube. You can check out by joining us on Twitch live or by signing up at any level other than the historian level. Historian levels for the bonus content and the old school content. Which I guess originally it was just for the old school, the old content, which is why it was historian. Maybe come up with a different name for that, because you do get all the bonus content stuff. But that's the historian level. But at the super fan, mega fan, or ultra fan levels, you will get the videos here, the streams early and ad-free and completely unedited as well. So you'll get those with no edits to them to see what you missed out on. So consider, like we said, sign up, help the channel out in this make it or break it time. A month and a half, make it or break it for the channel. And go get some of that bonus action. But I'll be honest, it wasn't too terribly interesting. There's a lot of good stuff on Patreon, but you're just seeing me go into the depth chart and replace players, so. We got a lot of the backups in this game. And Bijan Robinson, yep. He's not been able to break loose yet in this game. This Broncos defense kept him under control, and now what could possibly be the last reps in the career of Josh Allen. He said he's going to come back next year. He was offered, or he wanted to come back with a contract, wanted a really big offer. We didn't have the money for it. We're going to try to bring him back on a cheaper deal. But there he is, the great Josh Allen, stepping in for what could be the last time, unless we see him in the playoffs. If Tom Brady III gets injured, we see him in the playoffs at all, that could be a possibility. But I've talked about this in previous streams, but this is something I've done with other teams, and whether or not it has any effect, it's obviously a video game, so probably not. But with the Detroit Lions, I had a young quarterback, and I brought in a lot of quarterbacks at the end of their career for a year or two, kind of hoping some of that energy would, you know, give some of that knowledge. So if you guys remember from my Detroit Lions series that we did previous, that we did Tony Romo came in for a couple years at the end of his career, Carson Palmer, and he even got to start a couple of games, Carson Palmer did. We had Ben Roethlisberger, we had Aaron Rodgers at the end of his career in a Lions uniform. I think those were the big ones. Mark Sanchez as well. And we actually had a moment where Mark Sanchez took over for a struggling Josh Freeman, and we gave him a start the next week just to see, and it ended up being awful. He got blown out, so we went right back to Josh Freeman. But, I mean, we had Sanchez, Romo, Roethlisberger, Rodgers, Palmer. And here we are doing it again. And even with our other Broncos series, we had Eli Manning with Tim Tebow, kind of that 1-2 punch. And here we are. Josh Allen has been this backup on the Denver Broncos for quite some time. This quarterback giving that knowledge to Tom Brady III. Josh Allen. Oh my goodness, was looking for Tank McCoo. He's another man whose contract has expired this year. And Josh Allen tosses the interception to Darren Sharper. We had single coverage, but McCoo was not confident enough to go up and try to make that grab. So interception, and for Josh Allen, he's hoping to get one more shot at getting that football in his hands. It's intercepted. Well, that's what's going to happen. Dominique Klein, the Buffalo Bull, with the interception of Bryce Young. Ruben Drones on the carry, getting a couple of yards there. Tackled by Rashad Beckett, Mississippi Valley State, home of the great Jerry Rice. Play fake, Josh Allen. Oh, what a throw from Josh Allen. Can Josh Allen get one more touchdown? And maybe he's got one more year. Maybe this isn't it. Maybe this is not it for the Josh Allen career. We're going to throw it, try to get Josh Allen that touchdown here. These are the kind of the fun games. You just got to kind of relax. End of the season. You know what I mean? Oh, my goodness. End of the season, relaxed games. You got to kind of got this one all wrapped up. Oh, Ruben Drones. But he had like 8 Indianapolis Colts on him. Somehow broke through that. And it's going to be 4th and 2. And the Denver Broncos are going to go for it. We're going to put the ball in Josh Allen's hands and try to get him that one last touchdown. There it is. I should have done the celebration with Josh Allen. If that is it for a storied career in our world, obviously he hasn't done it Well, I don't know how the Super Bowl is going to turn out this year, but in our world, never went to a Super Bowl, but he always had a very, very long, storied career. And if he caps it off with that final touchdown, it'd be pretty darn cool.
We got three. We got three.
2-point conversion is no good. And with that, it's certainly now out of reach with the Broncos closing in. Again, that number 2 seed in the AFC. So at the very least, we're going to have at least 2 more games for you, because we're going to have 1 playoff game. And then if we were to lose, it'd be the Pro Bowl. At the most, we got 3 more games coming your way. We got some time, so I'll probably take... I don't know, should I wait and do the stats? I think we can tack it on to the end of this one. I won't go too in-depth. If you guys really, really want to see all the stats, let me know in the live chat right now. But I think since we kind of did go into clock chewing mode, we can take a look at the standings for the playoffs. We can jump into some season-ending stats real quick, kind of give you the lay of the land, and get ready for the postseason. Who's that first wild card game going to be? It's going to be the 5 seed. Oh, Bijan Robinson. He's been waiting to break out like that all day. 66 yards here for Bijan Robinson. Two-minute warning in Denver. The diehards are hanging around for this one, because it's all wrapped up. It's the number 2 seed. And, you know, Indianapolis, they made it interesting. CeeDee Lamb, they made it tough. But Denver's going to end up pulling away on this one. Indy's not going away, though. Hurry up offense here for Bryce Young. Look at that pocket, and Bryce Young gets brought down by DeMarvin Leal. CeeDee Lamb just shy of the first down. Oh, whoo, that was close. Pass intended for Tyler Vaughn. You had Klein out there who got the interception just a little bit ago. This is, I mean, it's a blowout, but we got an exciting couple of 30 seconds here with Bryce Young. And Bryce steps up. Oh, what a catch, and it's a touchdown for the Indianapolis Colts. Travis Taylor. Yeah, that's my name. Travis Taylor with a monster touchdown. It's garbage time, so it doesn't matter, but what a effort, what a catch. And that's a guy that tells your head coach, Matt Patricia, I'm still out here playing my heart out. I'm giving it all I got right now. I would imagine that we're going to get an onside kick here. The Broncos kind of beating themselves up on the sideline. It was actually 33 that got beat, and he's sitting there giving the pep talk. Onside kick recovered by the Broncos. Josh Allen take a knee. I hope to God that the Indianapolis Colts do not call a timeout. They don't give me a take a knee thing. I'm hoping that that's not going to mean that they're going to call a timeout, because the game is over. Even though they got 3 timeouts. If they call a timeout, I'm taking a shot at the end zone because they're idiots. All right, they're idiots. I'm taking a shot at the end zone. Matt Patricia, that's it. We're going now. Telling him and say, all right, Josh, take a shot. This is going to be like Falcons Saints. I'm going to get a coach yelling at me, but you take a timeout, the game's over. What are you trying to do here? Oh. Now the announcers are like, what's happening out there? We'll go single back, but I'm taking a shot down the field. Here, 2-slot buck. We're going to ruin Josh Allen's, like, storybook ending here. There you go, Colts. That's what you wanted? And you still call a timeout. Really? You're still calling timeouts, Indian? Okay. Really? Like the Miz, really? Okay. You want to play like that, Indy? Oh. Okay, well. Sorry, Josh Allen, your storybook ending. That's Stone's second interception. Stone was all over the place today. Well, sorry, Josh Allen's storybook ending comes to an end like that, but that ticked me off. They're calling timeouts like that. Whoo, CeeDee Lamb, if he had caught that, he would have been gone for a touchdown. Bryce Young didn't play all that bad. Looking at the numbers there. Multiple touchdowns, 200 yards passing. Texans not going to finish with that good of a record. They were one of the teams that beat us this season. The Texans, the Ravens, and the Riverhogs. And that is going to do it. So stay right where you are, guys. We're going to pause. We're going to take some pauses here. We're going to show you the final standings. So we're going to look at the final stats. We're going to get you all hyped up and set up for the postseason. Broncos win this one. Got a little heated with Coach TB Sports and Matt Patricia down on the field. Coach TB Sports didn't agree with the timeouts. TB Sports took some shots at the end zone in garbage time. Come on. All right, we've come to the end of Week 17. Let's see how the top leaders in the NFL fared. Sean Clifford, who's taken the Bears to a couple of Super Bowls, but have not gotten that elusive win. What a nice run for him. 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes, he's going to finish with 4,443 touchdowns. But once again, he's been one of the greats. But in our world, he has not been making it to Super Bowls. He is not a Super Bowl quarterback. No Super Bowl wins, no Super Bowl appearances in our world. Kind of wild. Deion Barnes, continuing his domination. He's got the 49ers a top seed. Justin Fields even did better than Tom Brady III statistically. But there will be no playoffs for the Rams. Donovan McNabb, his fourth year. He won a Super Bowl early on in his career with Seattle. Look at this, Lamar Jackson. It's going to be dangerous when we play Lamar. Wow, those are some big numbers. Jaden Daniels here. You're kind of looking at some of the numbers here. And Dylan McCaffrey, Tua Tagovailoa, Joe Burrow, Baker. Oh, look, Baker's on the Bucs here in this world. I've probably mentioned that before. Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, Jordan Love, and there's Tom Brady III. So you see where Brady sits on this list of quarterbacks, way down on this list. Now, this is just yardage stats, so kind of hard to say, how bad, but the touchdown-interception ratio is definitely rough, and I'd say out of his 2 years previous to this has definitely been his roughest outing for sure. So just kind of looking at a couple of the other numbers as we slide through it really quickly here. Now we'll look at rushing, and your number one rusher, Warrick Dunn, with the New England Patriots, rushing for 1,400 yards. And you got Ricky Williams with the San Francisco 49ers. Anthony McFarland, is that the same? No, slightly different. Got Anthony McFarland there with the Steelers. Corey Dillon, is our guy with that we play with on 2K5. Bijan Robinson, who we pretty much shut down. He was the number 5 rusher in the league. Trey Sanders, man, do the Ravens just have everything? Good quarterback, good running back, just good everything. This is almost kind of looking like 2K5 because of the different draft classes we've had in, so it's kind of funny. You're getting an interesting mix here. So go pause those, take a look at the numbers receiving-wise. You got a bunch of guys, pause again, look at the names, look at the numbers. There you have it. We will look at playoffs now. We'll go through the wild card round. Let's see if there's any big news. Are there any awards actually that we need to look at? Do they do the awards now, or is that like an after the season kind of thing? Here's awards. I never do look at I guess because they would tell us if we have a player as a weekly award candidate, so we never really look at them. Yearly awards, and it is going to be Patrick Mahomes that is going to win your MVP award, but once again is going to fizzle out for the postseason. Coach of the Year, Tommy Blazer of the Saints, and I can't say I don't agree. What a turnaround that he had. And there you see Coach TV Sports right there, getting the okay, I guess 30 overall is good. I was like a 30. That's terrible, but I suppose that's really good. Look at that legacy score, unreal. We're coming for John Madden, 10,000 to beat John Madden. So there you have it. All right, we will look now at the playoff standings. We will go through the wild card round. We'll get you all hyped up for next week. Let's see if there's any big news. We got a retirement. Looks like Frank Reich is hanging it up with Detroit. So he'll be out of there. 10 Pro Bowls for KJ Henry. We drafted him when we were with the Miami Dolphins. Him and Tua's contracts came up at the same time, and we couldn't afford to keep both. So we had to let KJ Henry go. We kept Tua. KJ Henry went on to the Falcons. He has been a dominant force since then. Not really seen any big news. We know that the Matt Patricia news. So what happened there? Is he done? Matt Patricia might be out in Indianapolis. Cliff Kingsbury as well let go. And the Jaguars, so... And we know the Cowboys and Rams are going to be getting a brand new stadium. So we will look at playoff standings here. And in the AFC, it is number 1 seed Ravens, number 2 seed Broncos, and the Texans at 8-8 are going to get into the playoffs. So depending on how, so the Chiefs, the Chargers, probably sitting there like, my God, I don't believe this. But the Patriots are in. So Spencer Rattler and company, of course, Dylan McCaffrey. We had the famous greatest game of all time with the undefeated Steelers and the 15-1 Broncos dueling it out in the AFC Championship. Maybe a potential rematch. Of course, our former team that we spent 7 years, the Dolphins, then the Broncos and the Ravens. And on the NFC side, you got the Saints. You got Kyler Murray and the Washington Commanders. Yes, I call them the Commanders. I like the name the Commanders. That's what they go by. I'm calling them that. Commanders, Saints. So Commanders are going to get a first-round bye. That's another team that really hasn't had any deep playoff runs. Kyler Murray, he was with the Bucks last year, right, in this game? Then you got the 49ers, the Eagles, the Buccaneers, and the Vikings get in at 8-8. So let's sim through, and let's see what our schedule is going to be. I guess we got to just, like, skim forward. And I will do this, and then we'll look at what all the wild card games are, so we'll be back. Playoff results, wild card round, and it is, I don't know, do you call it an upset? The Miami Dolphins get knocked out by the New England Patriots. So that was one of the reasons they fired us, is just having postseason disappointment. Not a good game for Spencer Rattler or Tua, but the Patriots move on. The Commanders were in a fight with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but in the end, it's going to be Kyler Murray that survives Baker Mayfield. Look at these veterans, these old wily veterans, Murray and Mayfield. So Commanders move on. Pittsburgh, the Steelers blow out the Texans. Look at that game from Dylan McCaffrey. He has won Super Bowls before. I got the history pulled up right now. It's up on our Patreon page. Steelers beat the Giants in season 5, that was Dylan McCaffrey. And then we had, scrolling through here, we had the 49ers defeat the Steelers, season 7. That was also Dylan McCaffrey. Giants Riverhogs, that was Super Bowl 61. So he's got, I think he won one other, right? Wasn't the... I'm pretty sure there's one other. I'd have to go back and look. I need to write down the rest of them. But Dylan McCaffrey, he might be primed for another Super Bowl run. And he had the near undefeated season a couple of years ago. And then you had the Eagles knock off Trevor Lawrence Minnesota Vikings there. There's the numbers. Trevor Lawrence, not great. So we go into the divisional round, and it's going to be Patriots, Ravens, Eagles, Saints, Broncos, Steelers, Commanders, 49ers. So we have a potential for a 49ers Broncos Super Bowl rematch. Could be on the horizon if those teams were to duel it out. I'm just looking. We've never played, if you don't count our Tebow years, we've never played the Saints in a Super Bowl. Never played the Eagles. Broncos Commanders would be a rematch from the Doug Williams days. And yeah, Steelers, Ravens, Patriots. All the teams on the AFC side have been there multiple times over. Ravens have 4 Super Bowls, 2 in real life, 2 with Lamar Jackson. The Patriots, of course, have their 6 Super Bowls. The Steelers have, I think, 8 Super Bowls because of 6 in real life and the Dylan McCaffrey. Broncos have 5 Super Bowls, counting real life, and then what we've done here. So you got, Steelers, Broncos, Ravens, Patriots. That's Super Bowl royalty. And then on the other side, you have the Eagles, 1 Super Bowl. The Saints, 1 Super Bowl. Commanders, they got 4. 49ers, they got 6 because they have 5 in real life and the 1 that they won with Deion Barnes. So you got some teams looking to go up the ranks, Eagles, Saints, and you got Super Bowl royalty on the AFC side. Guys, that is going to do it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Steelers, Broncos in a playoff rematch from a couple of years ago, that monster AFC championship game. We got WWE 2K coming up the next couple days on the channel. Armageddon is coming up. This entire 2-hour and 20-minute stream is going up early and ad-free on our Patreon page. We are recording this in January. This won't make it onto YouTube until like May or June. So if you want this one early, ad-free, patreon.com/tbsports27 is the place to join it. We'll get it uploaded there. Thank you guys for tuning in. WWE 2K next week. Once we get through Armageddon, we will finish off here with the Broncos, Steelers, and hopefully we'll be meeting the, well, I say hopefully the Ravens. Hopefully it's the Patriots. If the Patriots upset the Ravens, then it's Patriots at Broncos in the AFC Championship. So hopefully, fingers crossed for that one, because going on the road to take on the Ravens and Lamar, that might be tough. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time, TB Sports.